Hello and welcome to another episode of the Unmet Style Designer Review Podcast. As always, I'm Gene.
I'm Jay.
And it's been a little while since we've been behind the screen doing some screencasts.
It has.
And thought we would pick this back up, looking at a new site by Happy Cog Studios. They launched a blog for their site, and it's called Congnition.
Yep.
And I found this, like everybody else, Zeldman's talking about it and stuff. But we just wanted to pick this apart kind of quickly here. And first off, I really love this blog. I think it's like brilliant, personally. It's kind of like Zeldman's site, where it's like deceptively brilliant.
Yeah, it's real simple, but there's a lot of stuff going on. You start kind of poke around a little bit, you'll see there's a lot of details, a lot of little kind of nice little touches.
That's what really sells me. It's the interaction details that really suck you in, or it's what sucked me in. Like those drop downs. I don't want to call those like mega drop downs or whatever, but whatever. But that's interesting. Yeah. I do kind of wonder what's going to happen as they get hundreds of articles, or if they get that far, if they're going to it'll be interesting to watch that if they feature certain articles or whatever.
Well, I think what's interesting is that it's a blog, but most blogs have posts, you have categories, you have tags.
Right.
They kind of said, okay, we'll have articles and topics. And the topics is kind of a little bit of a hybrid between categories,
right.
and tags. So if you click on like this first article here, you'll see that. So they're related topics. So these are the topics, but it's kind of the same thing as tags.
Right.
So it's kind of just another way to get at the same stuff. So it's topic based or time based. Which is a good kind of two-pronged approach to kind of get at the content.
That's right. And like Zeldman, there's more to Happy Cog than just Zeldman, but I always think of him when I think of Happy Cog. But he talks about all kinds of stuff, from design to business or whatever.
Well, they got two posts, and one's by him and one's by Greg Hoy.
Right. One thing, one of my favorite, and this is tiny. Click inside the search box there, and just I love that. It's such a tiny,
little fade.
Little fade. It's a tiny detail, but this I actually love that. I'm going to steal that.
Yeah, it's a WebKit thing too. It doesn't do that in Firefox.
Yeah.
But and I think the type is really nice. It's really laid out really well.
Yeah.
I do. I'll be honest. I'm not that big of a fan of the way this initial part is laid out.
The homepage is kind of not as impressive as the post page.
Well, we'll get to that in a second. But this is like the title. So this image goes with this first post, which is the featured post.
Right.
And then they have this line, which is like a separator. But this bit is part of this. So to me, a separator like that denotes that this is separated from this first bit of content, but it's actually the same.
Yeah,
this whole article, this whole is the same kind of featured thing. So to me, that's a little bit counterintuitive because they use the same separator to separate it from the next article.
Right, and the two articles look like they're actually part of the same article.
Yeah. So basically, this kind of thing is a convention, but they're kind of breaking the rules with that little convention. And even if you go, so let's go into the this original post here. Again, they're using the separator, which is again a nice element, and it's good for breaking up stuff and making it kind of scroll down the page. And they even use them for the way they break up a list.
Yep.
Which I think is cool. I think it's really, really, really well done. But just on the home page, it kind of.
Yeah, that's an interesting concept though, because the argument could be made that most people aren't going to come to this site from the homepage, right? They're going to come from a tweet or whatever. So the initial page is actually going to be the post page.
For a lot of people, it could be, and I think that's where
it was for me.
And honestly, this site, I think this is where it really sings on this page.
Yeah.
I really love the way this is laid out. They have lots of little details, like the way the previous thing,
it sticks as you scroll down.
It's kind of a sticky thing there. So they want you. It's a way to keep you within the site. Keep you kind of teasing to get to different parts of the site.
Right.
And then we scroll down. They've done a kind of a cool thing where they want you to respond via Twitter.
Yeah, that's kind of.
Which I think is cool.
I don't think there's controversy surrounding this site necessarily, but if there was, this would be what people are talking about.
Yeah, I think it's great because there's a lot of stuff people are already talking about them. Or if you have an active blog and that's interesting, people are going to talk about it on Twitter. They're going to talk about it on their own blogs. So there's two ways to respond to them. It's not on their site, but it's either you tweet it or you respond on your blog. You can paste in your link for your blog post as a response to this. And so I think it's a really smart way to help generate. It's going to generate traffic because people are going to come back to the site to see their content on the site.
Yep.
But it's just a really good way to generate conversations.
Yeah, and I mean, there's sort of a conversation online now within our community that posts are like comments are dead anyway, right? Or they're dying, So I kind of see this, as a way that they're just kind of accepting that and just playing with Twitter. That's kind of all I take it as.
Well, they're taking their site to where conversations happen.
Exactly.
Where people are, and that's on Twitter. So, and I think it's perfect for what they do.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea.
So I think it's I really like this site.
Yeah, it's a great blog, as expected from Zeldman and Happy Cog. Yep. Well, let's move on real quick to we have this sample from Dribbble that I just wanted to talk about. I wanted to make sure and show you this guy's work. I think it's really good. This is something we're doing in our newsletter. If you haven't subscribed to our newsletter, just go to the homepage, put your email address in the box, and we'll give you a newsletter. But we do this thing where we do like the Twitter Follow Friday, who we follow and get insight from, and I think you should follow too. We also have been posting in some dribbles, some of our favorite dribbles from the month, and this guy was one of my favorites, and I wanted to mention him. Looks like it's Ty Matson, and you can just check out some of his work here, and we'll put the link in the bottom of the podcast.
That's great. Right? It's like primarily in Illustrator, and I really love the style of this stuff.
Yeah,
I mean, like some of the stuff is kind of retro kind of feeling, but it's really kind of poppy and graphic, and it's really cool stuff.
Yeah, it reminds me a lot of that that Saul Bass style intro to movies, some of that stuff.
It's got some of that kind of stuff going on. But yeah, really great stuff. So check them out.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah. So another website we wanted to look at was a recent-ish launch, nGen Works.
For a while,
yeah, it was about a month or so, but nGen Works. A guy I followed for a while on the internet, Jeff Croft. He used to work at Blue Flavor and all over the place. And anyway, he works here now, and they've just launched this site, and I thought it was a really great site, and wanted to make sure we talked about it a little bit. I enjoy the design of this thing. Again, what's selling this is a lot like the Congnition site, where there's just tons of detail in here, and they have these. They're little simple-looking illustrations, but that really sings to me as far as adding detail to the site. And just simple things like on this homepage graphic, they have this, I forget what you call that type of graph.
Venn diagram.
Yeah, Venn diagram. And they've got it, the different aspects and the conversion point in the middle there. But even the type for we use strategy, technology, creativity to help people, those colors match the Venn diagram. It's just simple things like that just really sell the site as being complete.
Well, yeah, it's like just a slight bit of conceptual stuff going on.
Yeah,
it's not beating over the head with anything, right. but it's really nice. And just like the last one, it's the overall effect is simplicity.
Yes.
But there's a lot of stuff going on, and without those little things with the details, it wouldn't come across as simple. It might come across as plain or boring.
Overly simple.
Yeah. So and the one thing this diagonal navigation header thing is something that I haven't really seen that often, and it's a nice thing to help create some kind of move your eye down the screen a little bit, and it's just a really kind of simple little tactic that I think works really well.
It really does. To me, it makes the site memorable whenever you go in and come back. It's the same as that giant Venn diagram on the homepage does.
Yeah.
And again, the illustrations throughout the pages just really drive this thing home.
Yeah, again, it's super simple but super effective.
Yeah, and they if you look at Team real quick, they even got the dude who does the Happy Webby illustrations of people's heads. They got him to do their staff, which is kind of clever.
Yeah, really great.
Anyway, it's a great site. Go check out nGen Works.
Yep.
All right, well, thank you for joining us.